Okay, so you said so that the realtor and the client are interested in your deal, but they have some questions. And did you know that they had a mortgage before you sent the? Did you know that they had a mortgage before you got this message from them?
I didn't know.
Okay, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. We never know. That's why we always just assume that they don't. So this is a perfect teaching situation.
Uh-huh.
What she said was, how many similar transactions have you successfully completed in the past? That number, or that you can say, because you're piggybacking off of my team, right?
Yes.
So you can say within the last 12 months, we have done about 45 to 50 of these types of transactions successfully.
Hold on, right quick, because I'm a
You want to
note
write it
all this
down?
stuff down, you're telling me. So going forward, I just have the information. Okay, now what you said again? 12, the last 12 months.
So the question was, how many similar transactions have you successfully completed in the past?
Uh-huh.
Your answer should be, in the last 12 months, we have successfully completed about 45 to 50 of these types of transactions.
Okay. Okay.
Now, the second one, and this one's going to be a little long winded. So don't write this down yet. I'll tell you what to write down when the time comes for it, but I want to explain it to you first.
Okay.
So the question was, how do you ensure the seller's existing mortgage is paid on time? So that tells you right there they have a mortgage. If they have a mortgage, it's either going to be a subject to or a hybrid, because we're going to be not taking over, but we're going to be servicing the mortgage payment, or the buyer is. So your response to that, this part you can write down. Oh, whatever the realtor's name is, I did not realize they had a mortgage. Not a problem. If you can give me the approximate mortgage balance, interest rate, and monthly payment, I can rewrite the deal and cover that mortgage and then send you documentation showing how. There's your answer. And by documentation, that's just going to be the contract.
Uh-huh.
So let me know when you got all that one, and then I'll move on to the next question.
Okay, go ahead. What's the
Okay.
next one?
So the next question that the realtor said was, what safeguards are in place in the event of a missed or late payment? Your response to, well, let me tell you what it is first so you know, and then you can word it however you want, but then I can tell you how to word it.
Uh-huh.
So what happens is that every single state has a deed in lieu law. And that basically means that in these types of transactions where it's creative financing, if the buyer misses a payment or whatever, then the property is just deeded back into the seller's name. They get to just take the property back. We can't fight it. By we, I mean the investor or the buyer. The investor can't fight it. They can't do foreclosure. They can't do arbitration. They can't do shit. It's either pay the bill or you lose the house, and it takes like 2 weeks to 30 days.
Uh-huh.
So your answer is, you'll see in the paperwork, Mr. or Mrs. Realtor, or whatever the realtor's name is, you'll see in the paperwork that we have a deed in lieu clause built in. So if my buyer or my investor, my client, whatever terminology you personally want to use. So if my investor defaults on the payment, then the deed in lieu kicks in. Also, we set the payment process servicing through a third party escrow company, which can be any escrow company you guys want or you're comfortable with. And I'm going to get you a copy of this recording too, in case you want to go over it again before you send it out.
Yes, I definitely want a copy. Yes.
Yeah, I'll get you. It takes, full disclosure, it takes like an hour for it to render, for Google to send me the recording. But as soon as it's done, I'll upload it and tag you.
Okay, that'll be great.
Okay, so here's the next question. Can you provide more details about your process, including how everything is documented and secured? Your answer to that is absolutely. I will send the paperwork over to you. And then if you need anything else, let me know. Because our contract is going to have the subject to clause, the addendum is going to have all that.
All right.
Now, I have instructed you guys to fill out your own contracts when it's seller financing or cash. But when it's subject to, I think you guys should let me do it. As a matter of fact, it's not even about think. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do this one. So in this case, once I get you the information, well, no, let me start over. Once you get the mortgage information, so this is assuming number 2, when she said, how do you ensure the seller's existing mortgage is going to be paid? And you said, oh, I didn't realize I had a mortgage. No big deal. If you can send me the approximate mortgage balance, interest rate, and monthly payment, I can rewrite the deal to cover that mortgage. Once she sends that to you, then you and I are going to hop on another Google Meet, and I'll show you how to underwrite that deal.
Okay.
Okay. And so once we underwrite the deal, at that point, I'm going to send out the contract, which will cover, which will answer her question number 3 and 4. What are the safeguards for late payments? The deed in lieu clauses in the contract. Can you provide details about the process, including documentation? That'll be in the contract.
Okay.
So first and foremost, what you need to do is respond back to her with these answers that I gave you. But first and foremost, you can easily respond back and say, hey, I have no problem getting this information to you, but I didn't realize they had a mortgage. If you can send me the approximate mortgage balance, interest rate, and monthly payment, I can rewrite my offer to cover that mortgage. And then you just wait. And once the realtor sends it back to you, then we'll send her
basically just getting the balance of the mortgage, basically.
Well, you need the balance, the interest rate, and the monthly payment. You need them all.
Yeah.
Once you get that first, and you can either answer the other 3 questions here, or you can say, hey, send me the mortgage info, and then I'll shoot you over a new offer as well as answer all these questions for you, all in one lump sum. But I need that mortgage info because I want to make sure we can cover it.
Okay, I'll do that right now. I'll send that and see what they say. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, that's it. Because with that information, we can underwrite the deal properly. We can also identify if it's going to be a subject to or a hybrid. So, what was the asking price on this property? Do you remember?
Hold on, let me see. Cause I don't. Cause I'll just be going to email, and calling.
That's good. That's what you should do.
And I'm gonna do some more calls today. But
good. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the ring the bell part in the announcements, but a lot of people are getting the offers accepted. It's very exciting. I'd like you to get one. I'd like you to get one ASAP too.
Me too. Let me see. Man, hold on. I'm finna look it up on the AI system.
Okay, just don't say the address because obviously this is gonna go up on YouTube.
I wouldn't say that. Nah.
But here's what I'm getting at. I mean, even without looking it up, the reason why I asked you to look it up is because if you know how, so let's say they were selling the property for like 200,000, right? And they give you the mortgage information and they owe like 180. Well, then that could be very close to a subject too. But if they're selling the house for 200,000, how much?
234.
Okay. So if the mortgage balance, if the realtor comes back and says the mortgage balance is 180, 190, something close to what they're selling it for, then it's probably going to be a subject to. If their mortgage balance, they're selling it for 230 and their mortgage balance is like 80 grand, then it's going to be a hybrid. And all that means is, because the most that we can give them on a down payment is 10%. So if they're selling it for more than 10%, if the difference between what they're selling it for and the mortgage balance is more than 10%, it's going to be a hybrid. because they're asking for more than the 10%. So then what we have to do is we have to give them 10% of what they're asking for. Then we have to set up to where we're paying their mortgage payment. That's the sub 2 part. And then we have to set up what we're paying them monthly. That's the seller financing part, which makes the deal a hybrid. It'll make more sense once we have the actual numbers. I'll break them both down. I'll tell you, hey, this is what it would look like with these numbers if it was a subject to, and this is what it would look like with these numbers if it was a seller or if it was a hybrid.
Okay.
So right now,
right.
your only goal is to just get what the mortgage information is.
Yes. That's why I'm gonna email them as soon as we have the phone and let them know. Yeah.
Perfect.
And
yeah,
then
and then
we'll
once you
send
have
the
it,
rest
hit
so
me
as
up.
to send it. All right, I will. You have a nice day.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you. All right.
See
bye.
ya.